Hey YouTube, NickelNDiminIt here. I want to go over some of the things that I've been doing with the Spidey project recently. One of those is I've been using the upgraded brake system that you guys saw me do the unboxing and install for. This is the M-tuned big brake kit. It's really a big rotor kit because it uses rotors from a Corrado G60. What this allows you to do is run an 11-inch rotor on the Miata just using the stock brackets from the 1.8 liter, not the 1.6 liter. So it's one that if you have a 1.6 liter or an older Miata, you're going to have to do an upgrade for. So here, you see me going up one of the really nice twisty mountain roads that we've got here in the Sonoran Valley. And what we've got is a bit of a brake test, helping to see what the brakes can actually cope with. One of the big advantages of going with a bigger rotor setup is you can have a lot more thermal mass because of the increased size of the rotors. So that increased size allows the brakes to take quite a bit more punishment before reaching sort of a thermal heat soak condition. So that's really important for a lot of track conditions. For things like drifting, it really doesn't matter nearly as much because, let's be honest, you're not really using the front brakes much in drifting. Unless, of course, you suck, in which case I really can't help you. But for normal driving, for normal traffic, and for even just running some twisty mountain roads, having an upgraded brake system with the additional capacity actually helps quite a bit. So one of the things that I'm doing here is an example of what it looks like when I actually put some heat into the brake system and do a lot of fairly moderate stops and then do some hard stops, kind of going down a grade. This is probably only like maybe about a 2% grade on some of these roads, so it's not real steep. So it's not nearly as steep as some of the roads that are elsewhere around the valley, but it gives an example of what the brake system performs like, and it's a little bit hard to tell here from the video, but you should be able to see that there is at least some consistency in the stopping power. You can't really see the speedo very well. You can't really see the background out the windshield because I have it intentionally just slightly out of focus to protect the faces of the guilty or the innocent, if there are any innocent. So I found that this brake system overall has been really a big improvement in the handling of the car. I haven't noted any heavier steering, even though the rotors are just a little bit heavier than the factory rotors. The factory rotors are about 10-inch diameter, so it's essentially the same size. The front and rear rotors, they're off by a few millimeters, but not very many. So the upgraded rotors, from my experience, are actually pretty good. So I'm pretty pleased with the results of this upgrade, and it's something that I definitely think you ought to take a look into. So the rest of this video will be mostly just scenes of kind of driving. You'll see some moderate stops, nothing too crazy, but there's a lot of difference in the brake system. One of the things that I did additionally was I did some force measurements using a G-meter app before and after I was able to install the brake system. And I found that I believe it was 0.82 G was about the highest that I saw in terms of peak braking G. And after some heat soak and kind of pushing the brakes a bit, it dropped down to somewhere closer to about 0.52 G. And I'll try and throw in some still images of those particular screenshots that I took of that G-meter app on my phone. I was able to see consistently stops approaching 0.91 or 0.92 G after the upgrade with the phone in the same position. I kind of stuck the phone, kind of wedged it where the cup holder in the world's worst console in the Miatas is so that the phone was flat relative to the console so that I was getting a consistent reading. And the improvement in braking G not only shaves a lot off of your stopping distance, it actually doesn't seem to fall off with the new brake system compared to the old system. So this is just using the brake pads themselves are from AutoZone. They're just the normal ceramic pads. The rotors that I'm using I obtained from 949 Racing, along with the upgraded stainless brake lines, and the new fluid obviously helps quite a bit as well. So overall, it's something that I think is very much a worthwhile improvement, and I'm the kind of person who likes to actually have, some kind of data to what I'm doing rather than just doing things for kicks and giggles. I don't like spending money on parts just for absolutely no reason, and the longer that you stick with the channel and see some of the things I do, I think you'll see more of that coming into play. So I really am all about function. And I think these brakes give you as much function as you can possibly have in a Miata. So thanks for watching. Enjoy the rest of the background and scenery here, and hopefully you will feel the need to comment and subscribe and check out some of my other videos.